Hey, teachers, and thanks for joining this on demand session on creating super assessments in Schoology. To get started, I'm Amber Painter. I'm part of the Office of Curriculum and Instruction, where I am the coordinator of instructional technology. If you have any questions about the content of this video, feel free to reach out anytime. Email is probably the best way to get a hold of me at apainter@cherrycreekschools.org. Um, to begin, just wanted to let you guys know the workflow of these on-demand sessions, that there will be content and videos for you. And at the end of that content, you will take a quick assessment that's going to automatically process and share that information with PD Pro. And you will be able to get a certificate through PD Pro based off of the amount of time that's estimated for each on-demand session. And you can use that for your recertification hours to submit through for the Department of Education. So I guess just the other thing to know is that process, that syncing that takes place between Schoology and PD Pro happens overnight. So once after you take that assessment, the following day is when you'll be able to pull your transcript to submit to CDE. So we're very excited about that. So to begin, this session is really about thinking on how we can utilize the digital piece when it comes to assessments, where we can create dynamic and interactive assessments and really help to scaffold and engage students when it comes to taking formative and summative assessments online, but especially through Schoology with their awesome question types that I'm super excited about. So we've always been able to have assessments within Schoology, looking at their assignment feature, their discussion features, and the older test quiz, which is that green puzzle piece. But Schoology had introduced the assessment, which you'll see is the teal puzzle piece. And so what Schoology is going to be doing is phasing out the old test quiz, and there's a way that you can convert those into the assessments and then really use the new assessment material where you have a lot more question types that are interactive and like the drag and drop and the drawing. And it's so exciting. It really is my favorite feature within Schoology. So I'm excited to geek out with you guys. So before we even begin, I really want to make the argument that when it comes to taking an assessment on a screen, how important it is to utilize multimedia. So there's a couple of super fun facts that I would like to share with you. The first one, so many of us know that the brain processes visual information 60,000 times faster than just plain text. And so when it comes to our students, like not only is speed going to be a factor, but comprehension is going to be a factor. We know that when we include illustrations, our comprehension increases, so much so that there's this little fun fact here that you can see just how much, if you're trying to do some origami, people following directions are much more successful when there are illustrations to match that. So thinking about our students and how we can really leverage visual information for them, it's pretty essential, because 90% of the information that comes to the brain is visual. If I were to ask you right now that I want you to think about a car, think about sitting in a car, think about being on a steering wheel at a car. Your brain is probably right now able to pull those images right away and very easily, because our brains are wired for visual information. And not just is it faster for us and our increased comprehension, but it also is more engaging. That we know that posts that have visual stimulus are more likely to have visitors than those without. Have you ever gone through like your social media, like maybe you're on Twitter or Facebook and you're scrolling through and then something catches your eye and you click in and watch the cat video or something? That we really are more engaged with visuals. So what does this mean for our students? We want to increase their willingness to engage in that. So we want the information to be clear. We want them to be able to follow the directions, follow the prompt, but also be engaged by that. So your use of intentional colors, memes, video, all of that is going to support teaching and learning in the digital age. And so just even thinking about our color visuals, not to overwhelm, but like pulling in like infographics, and those are great ways of chunking information for our students. I would argue that the paper packet with the Scantron test, I think is going to be like kryptonite in the classrooms when it comes to assessment. That there are so many, and especially when we're talking about formative assessments. If you're going to do it, you can do it on a screen, and you can do it in a way that is really exciting and fun. So, surprise, we're going to take a super pop quiz. I definitely don't want to bore you, but I think it's important before we look at the skeleton or the guts on how to create it. I want you to see it as a student would see the assessment. So right after this video, you're going to enter into that teal puzzle piece and take an assessment where I have a sample of each one of the question types within Schoology. And I know that there's a lot of multimedia that you can see being used, a lot of different question types. But it would be great for you to hold on to like just two things that you want to remember and implement into your own classroom. So that's how we're going to get started. And then I have a video that shows you how I created that, and some links for to help you through Schoology support on how to create those different question types. So I will see you after you take your pop quiz. Have fun.